story, an uncertain love story was controversial. All the best.
Thank you. Since I was a child, I was always told that as soon as you graduate, you're going to join the family business. And when your life is laid out for you like that, you tend to take it lightly. And that's exactly what I did. I was in Delhi University, BCom honors, it was all hunky-dory. Like, I was completely oblivious to the outside world. My father observed me through all these years. And at the end of my undergrad, he sat me down. And he said, son, I feel you should go out into the real world, understand what it's really about, pursue further studies, see what you're really made of. I was like, what? You're telling me this now? Like, never told me this before. I was not prepared for this. I can't pull this off. He observed my reaction and he said, now I'm even more sure that you need to do this. He said, characters are not built in comfort. It felt like an Instagram quote I didn't understand at the time. But maybe we'll all understand that by the end of the speech. So post that, I started looking for a professional degree that really interests me. I came across CFA. The Chartered Financial Analyst, I was told, is the most prestigious degree in the world of finance. I went through the curriculum and I fell in love with it. It was a no-brainer. This is what I was going to pursue. So I started my prep and I started working. But now, I wanted to understand what I wanted to do next. I wanted to see for myself where I want the next 20 years of my life to be spent and how I want to spend them. So I did a little bit of research. And I came to the conclusion that I will pursue my MS in Australia. It was a very scary and big leap, but I took it anyhow. So now I'm in Melbourne. It's a completely different world. The challenges that I faced there, I was not prepared for. I had to do every possible odd job out there just to support myself. So I was a door-to-door salesman. Ding dong, good morning ma'am. Today, would you like to buy... Oh, sorry to disturb. I was a waiter, I served food. Good morning sir, here's your chicken fries and coke, ready to go. Have a good day. I made hundreds of phone calls every day just to be shot down 99% of the times. Good morning sir, today I'm calling from Metropolis Research. Would you... Hello? Hello? I hated doing all this work. It was terrible. I didn't have job certainty beyond 2 weeks. I had to look out for work all the time. It was just so stressful. But I did it anyway. I persevered. Now, fast forward to the end of my course. I decided that even though this was a very transformative experience of my life, it had come to an end. It was time to move on. I decided to pursue my journey back in India. But there was an assumption in all this planning that along with the studies of my last semester and working 30 hours a week, I would be able to clear the last most daunting level of the CFA. As soon as I started preparing, I understood that I had bit more than I could chew. There were sleepless nights, there were foggy mornings. I didn't even think I would make it to the examination center. I remember very clearly. I took a cold shower in peak winter just so that I don't sleep during the exam. I anyway made it to the examination center, took the exam, came home and I slept. I was just happy this is over. Now, we're standing at the Melbourne airport with our bags and waiting to board the flight. But friends, there's a catch. My result is supposed to be out when I will be mid-air with no internet. This is not a pleasant flight to be on. 13 hours in a closed box. Your mind makes all sort of crazy scenarios. Fun fact, one of them actually ended with me getting arrested by the FBI because I failed an exam. That's how crazy your mind can be. But anyhow, as soon as the flight landed, I opened the internet, I went to the mail and I opened it. It started loading. It goes round and round and round. Those were the longest 10 seconds of my life. And as soon as it opened, the reports read, Harshdeep, congratulations. And I went, don't worry guys, I didn't go speechless. I was in the flight so I could shout. That's the most that I could do. But anyway, it was a very satisfying victory against a stretch of uncertainty in my life. Today, I work in project financing. I deal with pressure cooker situations and humongous amounts of money on a daily basis. But somehow the stress feels familiar and it feels good. It feels like playing a different sport but on a somewhat familiar turf. And now I realize that that's exactly what my father was trying to tell me. That no matter what you try to do in life, pursue business or a high stakes career, there will always be stress, there will always be uncertainty. You have to know how to deal with it, you have to be in love with it. This is my uncertain love story, my love story with uncertainty. Thank you so much.